Next, in the wake of Hurricane Gloria, 400,000 people on Long Island are still without electrical power. And as you'll be able to see from these pictures from the air, the destruction from Gloria is clearly evident. Tonight, officials in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut are assessing the damage and seeking federal assistance.
This is Eyewitness News with Ann Butler, Larry Menti, Jerry Azar, Dr. Bill Gooch, and the Eyewitness News team.
Good evening. Here's what's happening. For almost 1 million people in our area, it's another dark night. Their electricity was knocked out by Hurricane Gloria yesterday, and it still isn't back on, even though an army of workers is trying to restore power. Our Will Spence is standing by live on Long Island, where the power problems are worst. Well, what's going on?
The situation here is that 400,000 folks are without power in the wake of Gloria. It has been a day that has been very difficult for some folks, although officials are saying it was only moderate damage done by Hurricane Gloria. Those to whom they were the victims of damage, it has been a very difficult day, and there are a total of 400,000 folks without power. Our question to the people at Lilco: when will the power be back on?
Some of them will be getting it back tonight, more of them tomorrow, and we'll be working at it through the week. But the last ones probably won't get it back till late in the week.
Also affected, of course, is phone service. Here at its state headquarters, New York telephone officials estimating as many as 30,000 without phones on Long Island. And the question: when will service be back to those customers?
We estimate now Tuesday or Wednesday before we have 100%.
And the reason for the delay
is now it's a matter of us going in and replacing damaged wire, and it's obviously a massive effort.
And you follow in the wake of Long Island lighting people?
Yeah, once the area has been cleared that it's safe for our people to go in, we'll be in there immediately replacing everything necessary to restore service.
It looks like a full moon over Long Island. As we stand on Hilltop Drive in Jericho, we find just one of the hundreds of neighborhoods without power. As Long Island Lighting works to restore power, we check to see how people are coping, and we show you the example of the Schnur family. And they are coping with a rented camper and generator.
What we had to do is, because of the fact that Lilco has told us that it could be 3, 5, and maybe more days, and there really not being any hope of power in the area, nor is there any hotel space available, we felt that we had to go out and do whatever we could to fend for ourselves. So what we've done here is we've set up a community trust. This is the community bath, the community food bank, and everybody from the area who needs it is welcome to use our facilities.
And they do have quite a few takers on Hilltop Drive, the Schnur family's camper. The Schnur family says that they have been told that their power will not be back for at least 1 week. And as we told you at the top, that is the situation with many of the 400,000 folks here on Long Island who are victims of Hurricane Gloria. Their power will be back, they figure, in about 1 week's time. Local, of course, working round the clock, but they do have their hands full. And that is the situation here this evening, one day after Gloria passes through. Back to the studio.
All right, thank you, Will. One of the places to feel the full force of Hurricane Gloria was Fire Island. Gloria slammed into summer homes with winds clocked at 125 miles an hour. These pictures are from the helicopter that took Governor Cuomo and Senators Moynihan and D'Amato to survey damage on Long Island. The governor described what he saw on Fire Island and elsewhere on Long Island.
We saw the dunes penetrated and violated, showing us the kind of awesome power of the ocean when it was riled up. We saw many, many trees uprooted. We saw boats capsized.
The governor is asking for federal disaster relief, but as Rosanna Scotto found out, many people on Long Island are relieved the situation isn't much, much worse.
Hurricane Gloria hit Long Island the hardest yesterday, uprooting hundreds of trees, tearing down utility poles and electrical wiring. But there were parts of Long Island that suffered even heavier damage. Fire Island was especially hard hit by the hurricane. Today, many of the people who spent summers there took the ferry back to the island, anxious to find out what damage Gloria did to their homes.
I'm lucky. I'm fortunate. The people on either side of me got wrecked, but I got a shattered window and just stuff out on the deck. But some of the others here, they're just, you know, there's this guy here, those pieces of wood went right through his apartment like a spear, you know?
The waves rolled as usual, as if nothing had happened, but those with beachfront property knew otherwise.
Our roof is on the other building.
Your roof is on the other building?
Looks that way.
Do you have insurance?
Yes,
I hope so.
Some people in Sayville, Long Island also felt lucky. Huge trees fell down narrowly, missing their homes. Instead, many of the trees ripped down power lines.
Basically, we lost a lot of big maples. Most of the elms came down, few shattered windows. Nothing too serious, thank God.
So while the cleanup continues on Long Island, assessment teams are figuring out just how much damage Gloria cost. On Long Island, Rosanna Scotto, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And in New Haven, Connecticut right now, a very serious situation. Extra police are on patrol to prevent more looting. So far, there have been 13 arrests of people who were trying to rob businesses whose lights and alarms were out because of Hurricane Gloria. After surveying damage today, Governor O'Neill wired the White House tonight asking for federal disaster help. Now, most of the damage is along Long Island Sound, where many people are having to use bottled water because they have no electricity for well pumps. And boat owners on the Sound are still having a tough time believing that the storm actually lifted their boats to the opposite shore.
We're over at Longshore Marina, directly across. I guess the first part of the storm just blew them over here, and the second part didn't take them back.
And tonight, utility workers from Ohio and faraway Quebec are pouring into Connecticut to try to help in getting the power back on there. Larry?
In New Jersey tonight, Governor Kane is shying away right now from giving any figures on the hurricane damage. The shore was crowded today, just like during the summer, but this time, homeowners came to see how bad their property was damaged. In many towns, stretches of boardwalk were ripped up. The best estimate right now is that 100,000 people still have no electricity in New Jersey. But in New York City, Gloria struck hard at trees, 1,500 uprooted and knocked down. Mayor Koch was out early surveying the damage, particularly erosion along the Queens and Brooklyn coastlines. Con Ed says most city customers have their power back now.